Well, welcome to the Stone Roadie podcast. It's the one you don't want to miss. It stars Craig Reed, the Stone Roadie, and Griff, the rocket scientist. Let's not forget Kathy Godsey and all the old friends that come along. Lord, we'll be talking Skynyrd and leaving you with a song.
Podcast 81, action. Alrighty then. Hey there. Welcome back to the 81st edition of the Stoned Roadie Show. And I'm your host, the Stoned Roadie, Craig Reed. And this is my co-host, the rocket scientist, Mr. Griff Martin. And I just want to start this thing out with just kind of pay admiration to our top donators here. I just started this post office box here, and I've been getting donations about every day to Craig Reed, Post Office Box 442, Green, Ohio 44323. And our top donator here is the fourth person to donate to us, Angela Lynyrd. She was kind enough to donate $500 here a few days ago to the Forgotten Survivors Fund. And then we're going to call her Anonymous Mary. She didn't want to be mentioned on for doing anything, but she said she's an acquaintance of Griff's, and she kind of designated that she donated $300, but she kind of said that, you know, she wanted to designate who that money went to a little bit, and so she said she wanted Griff to keep $100 of that because to kind of pay for his help pay for his hotels and his gas and all the expenses he goes through. Doing on the road with Griff Martin. And then she said since I'm a survivor too, she wanted me to keep $100 of that $300, and then she wanted to donate the rest of it to the rest of the survivors. So all right there, Anonymous Mary, you damn sure got your wish. I'm gonna keep 100, and I'm gonna send Griff 100. And we'll send we'll divide that up to the rest of the Forgotten Survivors. And then my old buddy Automotive, he comes in third. He's the third donator to this fund. He donated $200. And then Tony Mays, I just got a check from him the other day. He's one of our new donators. He said he cashed in his spare change and come up with $151. So he was our sixth donator, but he comes in at position 4 as far as our top donators. And then Joseph Muller, he's our 7th donator, and he comes in the 6th position. 1, 2, 3, 5, 5th position. Yeah, he comes in the 5th position as far as our top donators at $101. Thank you there, Joseph. I just got yours today. You're our last donator to the Survivor Fund. And then my buddy Steve Etheridge, he donated he's our second donator that we got. He donated $100 to me here last week. And then Jerry Bertsey, he started this thing off with $100 donation, and he was our first donator to start this off with the Forgotten Survivors Fund, and that's pretty good. We've already collected, let me see, $1,450 toward the Survivors Fund in here in a week. So we're doing pretty good. Plus we've collected about $500 from subscriptions, and we'd like for that to be the main source of our thing. I didn't want to take any donations, but Jerry Bertsey, our first donator, he kind of just insisted that I take a donation from him. I said, well, what the heck, Jerry, I'll just open up a post office box and start this because I had a lot of people wanting to contribute. And while I'm talking about the Survivors Fund, my son Chad, he's putting that thing on down there in Jacksonville on the 29th of July, and I think he's already sold about 40 of those VIP tickets, and got another month to go. He's got a bunch of 30. All the rest of them will be $35 tickets. I believe. I'm not. I shouldn't speak too much about it, but I think the place holds 350 people. But from what I understand, I got some people down there that are kind of trying to throw a little bit of bad publicity into this thing, and they're saying that the money is not going to go to the survivors. It's not going to go where it's supposed to go. And from what I understand, this is the same people that were dissing us for getting involved in the Whiteys thing out there that was such a success, and they said we were destroying the whatever it was with Gary's funeral down there. We were disrupting the whole remembering thing, and shame on us for doing something like that. And then we had that thing at Whitey's, and it turned out to be quite successful. So I guess these are the same people that are trying to throw a wrench in the works of this July thing. But just don't let that happen. This is going to be, from what I understand, this is going to be a pretty good event down there. Everybody's donating their time. I think everybody that's coming down there is actually donating their time and all their money and putting all this toward the Forgotten Survivors Fund. And I don't understand why these people want to kind of disrupt something like that and take money, try to take money out of people that need it. But when it's all said and done, and it comes out that what we were I shouldn't say me, I'm not really involved in it too much, but what was supposed to happen, happened the way it was supposed to, and everybody extra that comes will just be a little extra for the survivors, and I guess they're going to have beer trucks there and food trucks and other stuff. So yeah, I'd like for you to help support that. And then we got the convoy going on down there to Macomb here we're going to leave here around my neck of the woods up here in Northeast Ohio, and take Route 71. We're going to have a little convoy. It's not real all put together yet, but we'll kind of get that together, and that's going to be all free. There's no membership or anything. As we go down there, we expect to pick up truck drivers as we go by on our CB radios, and people figure out what's going on. We expect it to pull in a lot of people and roll in down there in Gillsburg, Mississippi, with quite a crowd. They're expecting quite a crowd down there. They've heard that what will all we be got planned going on down there. And what's his name? James Hughes. He contacted me, and he said he's setting up a special thing down there at the general store. A lady down there has a general store, and she's kind of set up a bed and breakfast, setting that up. But I guess she's only got one room, so it's kind of like one room for a room bed and breakfast. But she's got a nice facility set up for breakfast, and then he's gonna have that. James is gonna have that display down there of all the airplane parts and stuff from the crash. He's gonna have a little tip jar there to kind of help cover his expenses for renting the facility there, and transport and all that stuff from where it rests normally over there to the general store. And we'll also mention things like at the Macomb Hospital. they have a monument kind of set up there, because that's where most of us. That's where I went over there when I was in the plane crash. That's where I went over there and got all fixed, and they got a little monument set up there. And I think the whole crowd's kind of town's kind of getting ready for us to pull in there. And what do you know about that besides what I've been mentioning there, Griff?
Well, let me first off, hey, thanks you guys for those donations, and Anonymous Mary for looking out for me and Craig. We appreciate that. But yeah, James Hughes, he sent me a message. He's the guy with the airplane parts. Hello, Ed. I'm letting you know the Hughes family Lynyrd Skynyrd plane part artifacts and memorabilia will be on display the weekend of October 20th, 21st, and 22nd for the 47th anniversary of the plane crash. I will have other items from the plane from other collectors around the area. The items will be on display at the Old Stewart and Williams General Store in downtown Gillsburg, Mississippi. The store has been turned into a bed and breakfast dining area, and the kitchen has barbecue grill in the back and plenty of parking. And then he says there'll be a small entrance fee, a tip jar there. So plan to make donations. And then there's a phone number down here. If you guys have any questions, you can send me a message on supportsurvivors.net. And also, if you have any questions about the Rock for a Reason celebration on the 29th, send me an email or go to the contact page on the supportsurvivors.net. And so, yeah, he sent me a picture of these plane parts here, Craig. I'll try to stick those up when I edit this podcast here, so people can kind of get an idea of what kind of stuff's going to be there. And he says other people's going to have their collections there too. So, and Craig's coming down there on the convoy, and then when he gets there, we're going to take him to the crash site. I'm sure Dwayne will help us out with that. So Craig gets to go see where he ended up crashing into the ground. He don't remember it.
Well, you were back. You actually went back there, didn't you?
Oh yeah. Well, I went back there, and Latrell Matter, he and Dwayne, those guys kind of like got me all set up to take a look at what we're going to be doing logistically to get you back there. And so they got it worked out so when you get there, we can get you down there. I don't know what else is going on there.
That's relatively grown up back there, though, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Since you went back there, he said, I heard someone say that a family of raccoons would have a hard time finding where the nose of that plane ended up.
It was really thick in there, and there's wild hogs running around, but yeah. So, nobody can go there to the plane crash where it actually crashed. That's not an option for anybody other than family members and things like that had to do with the plane crash. And the property owner, he allows that, but he doesn't want anybody else out there. And you wouldn't be able to go out there anyway if you were just a regular Joe off the street. You wouldn't even know where it is. But yeah, as far as as what's going on at the monument on the 20th, we'll keep you updated on all that stuff. And thanks James Hughes for setting all that up. And there's going to be a lot of artifacts too, Craig, down there at the Rockin' for a Reason on the 29th. There's going to be, I believe, a silent auction. If you got VIP tickets, you get to see all that stuff. If you're just just a regular $35 ticket person, and basically you'll have access to the beer truck and probably the food trucks and things, but you'll just be seeing the band. But that's okay. It's going to be a great time. I think that place is going to sell out, in my opinion. The word's getting around. Ticket sales are up, and there's people wanting to know more about it. And so if you don't have your ticket, I'd move in a direction of trying to get a ticket, because you want to make sure you don't miss that. It's going to be a really good good event.
And
Craig's
if
going
you
to
see
be
me,
there.
if you see me down there, if you want to come up and say hi, come up and say, don't be shy. Come up and say, hey,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a whole bunch of business cards already signed to give out, and just love to give them out. So yeah, come up and say hi. Don't be
Hey,
shy.
Craig, out of those donations up there, what do you think did somebody request anything in particular, what they wanted to do with the money?
Well,
Or,
I'm gonna Angela, I'm gonna send 500 to Paul Welsh from Angela, and I'm gonna send Paul her information, and I'm sure Paul will either call her or whatever, and say hello.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
And then Mark Frank, yeah, we're gonna send him 500, and I think we've got another. Actually, I think we got it. We have another 500 we could send out. So we're either gonna send that out to Gene or Leslie, and from what I understand, Leslie's kind of apprehensive of getting involved in some of this stuff, so I don't really know how to get a hold of her and stuff. I think we can, but I heard that we said that we had some money for her, and she said, well, to give it to somebody that needed it worse than she did. So she's I don't know, she's being a little apprehensive of taking anything from us at this point. So we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, Gene's all a little peculiar about taking some stuff from us too. So
yeah, we're going to work on that because I know both those individuals could use it. So once the money starts coming in, and we're getting a pretty sizable amount, then I think they'll probably accept something.
I mean, if they don't want to take it right now, we'll just send the other three some more money,
Yeah. Oh, another shout out to Ryan King. He's at that tribute band Tuesday's Gone. The guy's just going through hell right now, man. You people that know Ryan King, he got some bad news about a blood disease that he has, and he needs a liver operation. And then he just got in a motorcycle wreck, which, I mean, he didn't need that. So, hey, Ryan, man, thinking about you. You're a great guy, man. I know you've offered in the past to help anybody out with donating time from your band. So any of you people know Ryan King, go on his Facebook page and look him up. And I think he might have some GoFundMe stuff up there or something, but I'll work on putting any information about him up on the supportsurvivors.net page. So if you want to help him out, we don't want to turn our podcast into nothing but a donation. We want to talk about Skynyrd stuff, but we do want to help people too. So
yeah, here in the next couple months, we'll probably be touching on helping these people out as much as we can, and then after the end of July going into August, we'll start focusing in on the skin information you all want to know here on the Stone Roadie show. I'm digging out a bunch of my own personal artifacts and going through a bunch of stuff and planning on some stuff here in the future. And we got Kathy Godsey aboard here for the last couple months doing said she'll come up and do some Saturday night specials, maybe have to record them on Friday night so she's free on Saturday nights, but we're gonna try to keep that going and keep y'all occupied here through the sun, through and into the fall and into the winter months. So What else we got going on here today, Griff?
Well, we had I had one guy. He was asking a question about. He actually sent me an email, and I don't have his name pulled up here, but he's going to know who he is because he was asking me. He said, "I heard that Ronnie Van Zant had been shot before," and I kind of remembered a little something about that. You know anything about that, Craig?
I heard a little something about it, but yeah, I don't know much about it.
I think, you know what? Let me call Gene up Oh, Gene Odom. I know he knows that story. Let me see if I can get him on the horn here.
Yo,
Hey, Gene, it's Griff. What's happening?
trying to get out of this car. I had to call 911 to get me out of this damn car.
Oh, well, you're live on the podcast, so don't say anything bad about Craig.
Podcast.
Yeah, you're live on the podcast. Can you hear him all right, Craig?
Oh, I can hear him fine, yeah.
Okay. Hey, Gene, how you doing, man? What you been up to?
Been driving for 4 days up to northern New Jersey and back, and I'm wore out.
Oh, when'd you get home?
I didn't see as many Yankees up in New Jersey as I've seen down here in Florida.
Yeah, there's just as many Yankees down here now there is up there. As a matter of fact, I think.
Actually, man, it's really beautiful up there in northern New Jersey, up there from New York, Pennsylvania state line, that area. Boy, it's pretty. A lot of deer. My God, there were deer everywhere.
Well, I know you're in the car. Every time I call you, you're riding somewhere. I can't keep track of where you're at, Gene. But Kathy Godsey asked me, "Is Gene coming to New Jersey?" And I was like, "I don't know anything about that, but it don't surprise me."
Yeah, they for that rock ribs festival, and it was. I need to kick myself in the ass for going up there. I tried to talk myself out of it, but I went. But we hadn't. But I'm back now, safe and sound, back in Florida where I belong.
Well, at least you made it home safe, you know.
Yeah, you know.
I remember you had a back operation and they just put a couple rods in your back, and then it would seem like it was a week later and you drove up to see Musgrove.
Yeah, and I've had so many surgeries I can't even remember how many I've had.
But that's kind of a radical surgery, and then a week later you jump in your car and go up to. But that's how it healed me, because I started hanging around you. So you know, whatever you're doing, Gene, I'll just follow you around, and that'll keep me alive.
Yeah, well, you know, I just fiddle around, you know, and different things come up.
Hey, Gene, we had a guy ask us a question about Ronnie Van Zant getting shot. Do you know anything about Ronnie Van Zant ever getting shot?
Yeah, he was accidentally shot in the calf. I can't remember if it was left leg or right leg, but in the calf. Donnie, Big Newton, shot him in the leg accidentally. Me and Ronnie, Ronnie had it over my arm. Oh man, I got to turn this arm around. Pull my damn shoulder up. 22 rifle, single shot, and we would go down there over Park Street and Ellis Road there in the woods, across from where the old WQIK country music station was, back in the woods back there. They built a church there. But we'd go in there target practice, and we went down there target practice and came home, came back to Ronnie's, and either I would say it would have been either me or Ronnie that either left it was a single shot rifle, so you had to load it each time and pull the plunger back to fire it. Put a bullet in there, or Donnie Van Zant might have found one and put one in the gun, but I don't see that because he was real young. And my guess would be Ronnie or I. We just left a round in it, you know. And Donnie accidentally shot Ronnie in the calf, and sister, Marion Van Zant, sister Van Zant, Ronnie's mother, in other words, said, "Man, you can't tell your daddy. You can't tell your daddy because he'll beat the hell out of you." And so it had to be hush hush and nobody knew about it. And after a while, if my memory served me right, it got infected. And sister had to take him to the doctor at the hospital because his leg got infected because the the 22 was still in there. And I can't remember if they left it or took it out when they were at the hospital, when they patched it up, put some antibiotics and stuff, they went antibiotics and stuff like that. But yeah, that's a true story.
You were there then when it happened, right, Gene?
Go ahead.
You were there when it happened then, right?
I don't think. I think I just left there. Was walking home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
know because I might remember it or I might not after this brain I got. But no, I think it was after I left.
So Ronnie was walking around with a bullet in his leg, and was he performing with the bullet in his leg and stuff like that too, or?
Oh, that was, Lord have mercy. That had to have been let me see, 67.
Oh, that was before Lynyrd Skynyrd.
66, 65. That had to be around 65.
Oh, you guys were just little kids.
64, 65. And of course we were riding bicycles. So he got his Mustang in 64. Hell, that might have been 63 or 64. It was probably before he got the Mustang. But it's so far back, I don't remember it. I do know that Fig Newton is the one that shot him.
So is Fig Newton Donnie's nickname?
His name is Donald Newton Van Zant, and his nickname was Fig Newton, and might still be.
I never knew that. So you learn something new every day. So Fig Newton, Donnie Van Zant shot his own brother Ronnie in the leg when they were out target practicing.
No, it was in the bedroom, in their bedroom. We had came back from target practice.
Oh, okay.
And brought the gun home, and Ronnie was there at the house, and I'm pretty sure I left, but it was after we came back from target practicing.
Oh, okay. Well, this helps the fan sites out, because I noticed a couple fan sites were stealing skin information from us, Craig.
Steal information from you?
Yeah, they've been stealing information from us. I've been noticing that, but that's okay. But there's some people on the fan sites don't like us for whatever reason. I don't know what that is. I guess when you try to raise money for people and do something nice, they don't like that. But
yeah, there's a couple of them women on there like to talk and run their mouth. A couple of widows and wives and ex-girlfriends and wannabe girlfriends and groupies and that internet's full of them. Yeah.
Well, hey, while I got you on here, Gene, let me get one more story out of you, because people love it when Gene Odom is on the podcast, and even though we can't see your beautiful face, we can hear you. Tell me that story about how you threw Carlos Santana down the stairs. He tried to come backstage or something. What happened there? Tell me about that. And where was it?
No, it was on stage. It was I think it was out in California. It may have been one of those Day on the Greens shows that we did before Willie Nelson's picnic thing. He opened up for Skynyrd, and it wasn't long after I went to work with the band, and I told Ronnie there wasn't going to be a bunch of clowns on stage. People wouldn't go buy a ticket, watch a bunch of freaks dancing and or partying on stage and acting crazy. So nobody come on stage but Skynyrd band and crew. And so Carlos had left the stage, and Skynyrd had took the stage and was playing. And he came up the stairs, and I was standing right there when he started to come up. I was right there on top of him quick. And I said, nobody on stage here, buddy, but band and crew. And he tried to push me out of the way. And when he tried to push me, I just grabbed him and threw him down the stairs. And when he hit the bottom, he kept on going toward the direction. He didn't turn around and come back. Greg ran over there to me and said, Gene, that's Carlos Santana. I don't give a shit. Nobody don't nobody come on the stage but band and crew. And you go back and do your job, Craig. And but Craig came over and said it was Carlos Santana. It didn't make no difference because I only let band and crew on stage.
But you didn't know it was Carlos at first, did you? Or did you know it?
No, I didn't know it. I didn't pay attention to him, because he didn't look like one of our crew members,
Right.
So, what I would have been more gentle with him if he hadn't pushed me. I'd try to push me out of the way, and then I'd.
You don't remember that, Craig?
Go down the stairs.
I don't remember. No.
Yeah, that's one of those times Craig he was probably inebriated.
I was probably stoned.
Yeah, Craig ran over there and admitted, that's all I'm saying. I don't give a shit. He's nobody on the stage, and Craig knew that I did it that way with my way, and he didn't argue with me. He just went back over to do his job, and I did my job. Nobody else tried to come back upstairs.
Well, we could go all day, but I know a lot of times Gene will be on Facebook and somebody will say, "Hey, Gene, tell me a story," and he'll say, "It's bedtime. End of story."
That's exactly right. I came back last night. The only thing I posted on the internet was, "I'm back. End of story." It took me all night and half of the day to try to get over that long drive.
Yeah, you got that road lag. Well, we appreciate you answering the phone there, Gene. Most of the time when I call you, you're usually in your car driving, so we got lucky this time.
Yeah.
But hey, you need anything over at your house, man? Let me know. Give me a call. Come help you.
Craig, you listen. How you doing, buddy?
Good, Gene. I'm doing good. I'm doing great. We got that
at the end of next month. So I'll see you there, Craig.
Yeah, he said he'll see you down there, Gene. I don't think he could hear you, Craig.
All right, man.
All right, see you, Gene. Thanks a lot, man. Take care.
Yep. Yeah, man. Bye.
All right.
Yeah, I just started to tell Gene. I told everybody. Yeah, I'm in Ohio. I'm in Northeast Ohio here, and you can't hardly see out the window. All that's the smoke coming down from Canada. I woke up this morning. I thought it was fog, and it's smoke coming from Canada from those forest fires up there.
Yeah, that's the deep state up there starting fires, I guess, for whatever reason. They're trying to distract us so we don't see what's going on.
My buddy was going to come over and weed eat for me, and I said, "Man, you can't come over here and work today. Just stay home, man."
Wow, it must really be bad out there.
Oh, you can't. Yeah, I drove down to get my dogs at the groomer, and I couldn't wait to get home. It's nasty out.
Yeah, I couldn't wait to get home and get that other kind of smoke.
Yeah, I was gonna take my gas mask out there and this stuff.
Yeah, that's right. You do have a gas mask. I think I remember.
Oh yeah, I got a couple of them.
But yeah, so that was Gene, and there's a story with the Ronnie getting shot. So
and Donnie called Fig Newton. I never knew Donnie.
Yeah, because I guess it's Donnie Newton Van Zant, so they call him Fig Newton.
Fig Newton, that's a good one. Yeah.
Well, I'd say next time I see him, I'll say, "Hey, Fig," but I don't ever see Donnie. So if you're watching, Donnie, we know your nickname now. Well, yeah, that's all I got as far as questions go, Craig. And then I kind of threw that one in there myself. But you got anything else going on?
No, man, I don't have nothing.
Any word on that gator that got stolen?
No, that thing's gone.
Did you find those all those keys in that laundry bag?
No, but I'm getting a little bit motivated. I'm gonna start looking around here.
Craig has a laundry bag full of keys from every hotel he ever stayed in when he was traveling with Skynyrd.
I mean,
how many keys you think you got?
Oh, I don't know, man. It's a bunch. It's
like 1,000.
I don't think I have that many, but I have quite a few. I've got probably close to 1,000.
That could actually be an exhibit for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, right there.
Well, like I said, when I first a few times I went up there, they did have a hotel key collection up there, but I don't know who it belonged to. They must have took it back, but mine's bigger. But yeah, I got quite a collection.
Yeah, because back then, they had an actual key, and then
Oh yeah, I got them from all over Europe and stuff. I mean, in Japan and some of them hotels over there, they put a damn baseball bat at the end of the key so you wouldn't take it. But that didn't deter me any. The only one I didn't ever get, in Paris, France, we stayed at this real old, nice hotel, and I was on the bus, and they came out and got the key from me. But yeah. That's about the only one
well, see, Craig keeps a lot of that stuff up in his attic, and and I'll say, Craig, you go up in your attic, and he's like, no, I didn't go up there yet. And I'll say, like, well, when are you going to go up there? I'll do it tomorrow. Don't go up there and have a heart attack up there in that heat.
I was up there the other day looking around. I couldn't find them. I was looking for those poker chips too. I couldn't.
Yeah,
I'll get up there rummaging around.
It's probably a museum up there if you could just figure out where everything was, But
I found a set of golf clubs up there. I didn't know what happened to.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Craig actually taught me how to play golf. That birdie ball.
Oh yeah.
I'd never played golf ever before in my life, and then Craig's like, well, let's see what you got. I didn't do too bad, did I, Craig?
You did really good. Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, that birdie ball, it's kind of like it looks like a little piece of PVC pipe. And you hit that thing hard as hell, but it don't go real far, but you can kind of control where it's like hitting a golf ball, right? I mean, we weren't
hitting very, very far. We were just hitting more or less just a hard putting stroke was all we were doing.
Yeah, there's like a net that you try to, or a bag you try to hit it in.
We were hitting about 15 yards or something like that. It's just a hard putting stroke.
Yeah, so if you got if you want to play golf and you live in the city or whatever, you could actually do that out in your yard, and it's good practice. It's really
you can hit it as hard as you want with a driver. It won't go but about 50 yards, something like that.
Yeah, and you can even practice with a chipping wedge and do the same thing you would if you were.
Yeah, they react. They react. They get draw and they'll either curve or draw. Just like a regular golf ball. So yeah, it reacts kind of like a real golf ball. It's pretty. You get good practice out of them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's when you go to Craig's house, man, he's got. You can play baseball or football or golf or
tennis,
but he don't have that gator anymore. So ain't no more. You got to walk. You don't have your golf cart anymore, so you got to walk.
I used the Banshee. I used the Banshee, except my golf clubs are a little hard to haul on the Banshee. I just went over the time.
You better tie a rope to that Banshee. That way, if they come after that Banshee, then they'll bottom out on that rope and break their neck.
Banshee stays in the garage.
All right. Well, heck, man, I guess that's all I got to contribute, Craig. Yeah. This is going to be kind of a shorter one. I don't know. We've probably only been on here maybe 40 minutes.
Yeah, that's cool.
But we're going to work on getting some guests. We'll have to work on getting some more guests. We've been kind of like with me on the road, and then messing around with this Rocking for a Reason thing, and we've been kind of like leaving the guests alone. But I'm gonna start bugging people again, and Craig will start bugging people, and we'll get us a good guest on here.
Yeah. All righty, yeah, like my grandpa used to say, it don't matter how big it is. It's all has to do with how you wiggle the worm. So anyways, all righty then. I guess this is podcast 82. Yeah, 82. All right. 82, and happy trails to you until we meet again.
And may the good Lord take a liking to you.
Cut. All righty. See you next time.
See you next time.
See you later, alligator, at the wild crocodile.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep token until then.